Mabusia for me church will be as a mo bibia kwa babiem edeba ordinal TV ordinal kase bosona edu sisi had the update in trending news kwane de sum viewers ne ahwefo ewo YouTube channel no so ne ebebo awura enensem ntentem ya nyina ni se enche kwa na Kennedy compare ku Japan edi ne showdown work ne ba asantima meche kumase a chese oye press conference bi ano okasa all kan nyoma bebre no che NPP for Luti Ghana to say the omo property bi anase omo ejapade bi na saa same radio che anye bokokwa o media no so che NPP for so amfa ne bete che amanfo bebredi omo anu di se meto saa same we hu na Kennedy compare ko Japan dia chopa any nchemu kese pa ababonte o che enye sana na opa che na amanfo amisleadi na asem na no kano na saa asem na lawyer Paul Adomoche so abeka nsem bi so afa Kennedy compare ko Japan ho ewo ni showdown work na obeye no Asante region ase ebeka kuti nsem mu nchemu ye pa aba na nene dey di kan oti ordinal TV amema we fi so be subscribe to our channel obe like na do wadwen che so egu comment section kama me do bibi ase.
Great guy, fantastic guy. And I also said to you, to the people on the social media in the flyer that Kennedy Japan is a very reasonable man. I'll tell you why. That's a very sensitive story. It's a very, very reasonable man. We had conducted an interview here on Good Evening Ghana recently. Kennedy had said certain things in the interview. Post-interview, post-production, we had put the videos out on social media. A very, very important person called me and said, listen, I watched your interview with Kennedy. I think that it requires some corrections of some of the things he said. And I said, wow, this is getting very touchy and sensitive. Really? He said, yes. I think he should correct a few things he said that were not completely accurate. I said, but Kennedy is going to challenge it. He's going to say that what he said was accurate. He said, well, that's why I'm calling you, to see how you can manage this. So I went to another important person and told him that, Chief, this other important person says that you should do some changes or discuss with Kennedy about some narrative. I'm not sure how to approach Kennedy on this matter because he's going to get angry. The way he is, he can get angry at any time. I don't know how to approach him. So this other very important person said, okay, I'll talk to him. What is it about? So I told him that the man says that. He said, wow. I said, yes, you see, Chief, you see. This second very important person sort of understood my sentiments. I said, yes. He said, let me talk to Kennedy. And then I will let you know that I've spoken to him so you can go to him. I said, okay. A few hours later, I got a call from his aide and said, Charlie, the man says you can go and talk to Kennedy. He's spoken to him. So I called Kennedy. He said, I will interview back. I am my eyeballs be brace. I will good evening and also I would mean 6,000 here there. They be buy when I feel send be brain away. I said, he said, only me fear never. Oh, I was going to mention, but of course I can't disclose where he lives to the general public on TV. So only me fear never X. I said, the deal. He said, okay, Brahane friend, Metro. I got there, he called me, he said, come. I went. He sat down and he almost broke down. He said, Paul, this thing, but for that second important person, I would never have obliged this request. I said, I beg you. Because they said, wow. So that's the day I got to know that, oh, so behind the fiery thing, this man is that reasonable? I was so impressed. And he nearly broke down. He said, this is very difficult for me. But because of the second person you spoke to, who has spoken to me, it's okay. Go and make the correction. I said, Ofa Kennedy, thank you. He said, it's all right. And I left. And we did the correction. And the other important person called me and thanked me and said, oh, I saw the correction. Thank you very much. Everything is fine. Was he angry? And I said, well, after you spoke to me, I spoke to this other important person for him to talk to. He said, oh, it's his person. It's his person. So he can talk to us. I said, yeah, that's what I thought. So I did that. And that's how we resolved it. So thank you very much. Everything is fine. So I walked out of that experience knowing that Kennedy Japan is a very, very reasonable man. He is, for sure. And he's a good man as well. The other thing I found about Kennedy in that experience is that he's 5,000% NPP. The NPP runs inside his DNA. But he gets angry. which is okay. I mean, even here in the studio, we get angry. I get angry, Kuku gets angry with me, Mikael gets angry with somebody, I get angry with Terry, Terry gets angry with me, Antoinette gets angry with somebody, we get angry. So as for having a political party that is 6 million, a political party that is getting 6 million votes, probably has 1 million members. So among 1 million people, people will make people angry. That's always going to happen in any political party. NDC, NPP, WDCY, PNC, people are going to get angry. Remind me of Hassan Ayaga's video, and we'll play it at some point anyway. So this may be our last story for today. It's 8 minutes to the top of the 10 o'clock viewers. So Kennedy gets angry, but he's a reasonable man, and I think he's a good man, and I believe that he's 5,000% MPP. He's just upset about something, and when he gets upset, he gets upset. So that's what I can say about my own personal experience with Kennedy Ohene Japan. He's a reasonable man, he's a good man, and he's 5,000% MPP. He's more MPP than many MPP. Kennedy is proper, and the MPP is in his head, is in his everywhere. He's very, very MPP, and he loves to have fun. That I know you know already. You've seen his dancing in America and all of that. He used to have this party in America every Christmas. I don't know whether he still does it, but he'll carry people from Ghana, go to his house in America, go and shake it down, dance out, charge, jump, all that. He's a businessman, he loves fun, he's a good man, he's a reasonable man, he's MPP. So I wasn't surprised yesterday when this letter came from him, challenging some of the things that he's reported to have said. First about the MPP and about the campaign. I wasn't surprised. Let's have a look at the letter. It's on the touch screen. Let's have a look. Okay, so here is the letter. It's Kennedy Ejapon, MP Asin Central, and it's as follows. He says, my attention has been drawn to a video on social media which has since gone viral where I am heard saying that the MPP was looting the country as if there was no tomorrow. I wish to state that this is a complete and unfortunate misrepresentation of the actual content and focus of my message at that private event in Kumasi. It was a meeting with a small group of MPP communicators who had organized a small fundraising for me at the weekend. At the event, I lamented the fact that our communicators were letting the party down and that every government would have its fair share of corruption cases, especially in 8 years. But because of one or two